footy season is finally right around the corner once again, with Preston North End's first game being against Wigan on Saturday the 30th or 31st of July. And I'm more than excited to get down to Wigan. That'll be a fun video to make afterwards watching the match. But yeah, the season is finally here at last. It basically is here. But today, on Monday the 25th of July, Preston North End hosted an open training day, giving us supporters the opportunity to go and watch the first team train and then to go and meet them afterwards as well. And boy, let me tell you, that was one hell of a magical experience for both me and my little brother. And while I do wish I was able to take some pictures with the team, I was getting moved along a little bit too fast by everyone that I was there with, so I didn't get the chance to take any, unfortunately. But I got a really cute one of my brother with Alan Brown, his favourite player, and I was talking to Paul Gallagher, someone took a really sneaky one of me, so I'm going to take that as well. Galley's always been my favourite, but the best thing I managed to get out of it was everybody to sign the scarf, and my brother's scarf got signed as well. His is on his wall, and he's put mine up still. But yeah, it's honestly incredible to see everybody's name on this scarf, from long-term players such as Daniel Johnson to the new arrivals, Ben Woodburn, and Freddie Woodman, and on the very end we've got Ryan Lowe and Paul Gallagher. Very, very special day, and I absolutely loved it. It's just a shame that they didn't announce Troy Parrott a lot sooner. He's just been announced at the time of this recording, just being announced to have come from Spurs on loan for a full season, and that's pretty cool. But it's a shame they didn't announce him sooner, so they could have had his name on there as well. But he was seen very sneakily talking to Alan Brown and Brady at the top of the stadium while everybody else was training. They thought we wouldn't notice, but we saw them. So yeah, today I'm here to not only just obviously say that was an incredible experience. Thank you so much to Preston North End for that. That was, as a fan, that is genuinely incredible, and it's something I'm never going to forget. But I'm also here to discuss now Preston's chances of promotion, because like I said, the season's right around the corner. The first game kicks off in 6 days, and after watching the team train and watching them throughout pre-season, what's the verdict that I've come to? Now, of course, I'm going to be a little bit optimistic because I am a supporter of Preston North End after all. It's my job to be optimistic about this club. It's my favourite club, so you have to have a little bit of optimism. But at the same time, I am a realist, so I am going to try and give an unbiased opinion at as many times as possible. So to begin with, we're going to talk about the squad. Now, a few months ago I made a video saying who I think we should get rid of, who should stay, and things like that. And while a lot of those things didn't end up happening, because I said to get rid of X player, Y player, I essentially wanted to get rid of half of the squad. And I think that was the wrong approach, because of course managers will come and go, but we had only seen Lowe for half a season, and I don't think he was able to get the most out of his players in that time. So if you want a more modern example, take a look at Erik ten Hag now with Manchester United. His pre-season has been absolutely phenomenal. Like, the lads at Manchester United have had such a massive turnaround from last season and every other season since Fergie left, and they are now looking to be contenders for a top 4 spot again, which is quite surreal, to be honest, because Ten Hag's not only been there, he's not even been there half season, he's been there for pre-season, that's about it. So I didn't really give Ryan Lowe the opportunity, or should I say the chance, that I should have given him in that video. And while I do back the gaffer, I backed him the second he came through the door. He's miles better than Frankie McAvoy, but apologies for the quick edit there. But essentially what I'm saying is, throughout the remainder of the 21-22 season that Lowe had in charge of the lads, he did well, but I didn't really see the most out of the players. But throughout the pre-season window, I do think that a lot of players have seen massive improvements. Some of them not so much, some of them stayed roughly the same, and other ones it's been great to see them actually get out onto the pitch more, because these lads absolutely deserve a chance. With the likes of Mikey O'Neill, definitely needs more game time, needs to start a few games for sure. That Aaron Bennett, from what I saw today, has a lot of potential as well. So yeah, I don't have many complaints about the training day. Everyone sort of looked alright. There weren't exactly many massive standout performances. Of course, it was just training, and it was more of a business day for the North End as well, because like I say, you have to sign thousands and thousands of shirts and scarves today. Well, I don't know how many other scarves, but from what I could see while I was in that room during the time, me and my little brother were the only ones with scarves. Everyone were having shirts signed instead, which is a smarter idea, but it's cheaper to buy a new scarf than it is to buy a new shirt. So that was my logistic. But yeah, like I said, the training day didn't show massive amounts of things to me, other than I think Freddie Woodman could do with maybe some more improvements. Because from what I was watching, Woodman had some decently easy saves to make, and this was true throughout preseason as well. There could have been some easy saves to make, but he was sort of caught off guard. I think that's what happened, because like I said, the ball ends up hitting the back of the net. Whereas our backup keeper, that Di Cannell, he looked quite good today, and he looked quite good in the other minutes he's played in other matches as well. So can't complain there. But in terms of other players like that you'd expect to see no improvement from, players like Johnson or like Evans, people that were here for a while, Johnson's pace, considering he's getting older, Johnson's pace seems to be improving, which is, it's not a bad thing, and God knows, I'm not insinuating that. What I'm insinuating is it's surprising. You'd think players would around Johnson's age would start to drop off, but no, Johnson seems to be maintaining himself really well, and that's good. Because he's always been a key player for the team, and I do think that if we can keep hold of Johnson until he retires, we've got some potential. In terms of other midfield, with the likes of Ben Whiteman, Ali McCann, they look fine enough today. No issues with that. Something I did find strange was that not everybody was on the pitch. Players like Diaby, that was the first one I noticed wasn't there. Diaby wasn't there, but he was in the room to sign autographs and stuff like that. So unless they had like problems arriving and stuff like that, I'm not too sure. But that's that essentially. I don't want to sound massively optimistic, but at the same time, I don't want to sound really underwhelmed. But I don't think this season is the one Preston go up. We probably could contend for playoffs, but I don't think it's likely. I think we'll finish either 10th or above, but definitely not 6th. If we manage to finish 6th at least, I'd be very surprised, because the Championship is a very, very difficult league, and you've got teams like Burnley, Norwich, and Watford coming down from the Premier League, which are definitely Premier League teams. They are not Championship material by any means, so they're going to be occupying 3 spots already, which is that's that. You can't do anything about that. But then you've also got other teams that remain in the Championship, such as Luton. Luton had a great season last season. Middlesbrough also had a great season. Blackburn had a great season last season, but I'm not too sure if they can continue that. We'll have to find out. So there are going to be some tough opponents to come against, as we could probably expect. Coventry didn't do too bad either. So there's going to be a lot of tough matches to play this season. And the pressure is going to be on for teams like North End, especially with all the derby days this season as well. You know, Burnley, Blackburn, Blackpool, and Wigan. So there's 8 different derby matches out of the 47 that are played, I think. So that's a decent percentage where there's going to be high stakes. And I'm not going to take it away from the teams that we're going to come against, because, like I say, to be in the Championship to begin with, it's an achievement. The Championship is a very difficult league, and to get to the Championship is difficult. But coming up, we've got teams like Sunderland, which is now being run by Alex Neil, of all people, as well as, who else came up? The Sunderland, Wigan, and Rotherham. I had to make sure then. I don't know why, but something was telling me it was not Rotherham, but yeah, it was Rotherham. So, like I said, plenty of difficult matches this season, as you could come to expect. Same with last season. But in terms of our playoff chances, our promotion chances, as in instant promotion, placed first or second, it's not going to be the one, Chief. I don't think so. We're going to bring it. We've brought in some great players, but don't get me wrong. Woodman's great, Cannell's great, Woodburn's great. Brady is especially fantastic. I'm very surprised with Brady. And now we've brought Parrott in. There's also rumours about Fernandes, Alvaro Fernandes, not Bruno Fernandes, you absolute plant pots who thought that. Not a chance we can afford him. Archer's definitely not coming back. It's a shame to see that, but he's too good. Archer's not coming back. And as for the speculation behind Callum Robinson, I can't see it happening personally. I think Robbo is going to stay at West Brom. At the end of the day, he's West Brom's lad now. He's Bruce's lad. And we've got to respect that. We can't really do much about that, unfortunately. So I think this could be the team we are taking into the season, as far as I'm aware. So it's a solid lineup, definitely a solid lineup. These new signings seem to be settling in really well already, so that's good. It's nice to see them actually being able to get some good use of their ability on the ball whilst they're having playtime. So I've got no concern about the general quality of the team. I don't think we're going to be down in the relegation zone, and if we are, that is extremely concerning because I think we've got a lot of potential in this team, and I do back the gaffer, and a lot of people also do as well. But the second we get down to 17th, around that margin, if we get down there, there's going to be a lot of people wanting Ryan Lowe to leave the job. And I really don't want that to happen because the guy's got massive potential and he can definitely do some good things with Preston. We just need to get behind the manager. If we start falling down a few places, we can't take that as, Ryan Lowe's not the one. We can never say if a manager's going to be the one. We never thought Grayson was going to be the one, or Moyes. But of course, you got like massive potential in managers like that, but come on. You can't just assume instantly that they're going to be the one, and if they lose 3 matches, oh no, they're shit. You can't just be saying that because that's not how football works. You're not going to win them all. Even if we have done that in the past, granted, like 127 years ago, around that margin of time, and Arsenal did it again this decade as well. You can't just not this decade, sorry, last decade. You can't just assume that it's going to happen. I keep forgetting we're in 22 or 2 decades ago. Shit, you can't assume these things are going to happen because football is a massively unpredictable sport, which is why a lot of people lose a lot of money on gambling to football. Well, like I say, football is football. We can't predict that. What we can do is give educated estimates on as to where we think our teams can finish. I've seen a lot of people saying that Preston are going to finish in 6th place, and then a lot of like big newspaper headliners are saying that they've been using their AI generators and Preston are coming in around 9th to 6th. While that would be lovely, don't get me wrong, I am not against a finish in a playoff position. That would be fantastic. To get to Preston to the Premier League after being in charge for a season and a half, that's some good shit. And it's unrealistic to want right now, but it's what people are going to want, unfortunately. However, that doesn't mean it's not possible, because it is possible, but the chances are slim, to put it bluntly. That's about it, really. I look forward to seeing what we can do against Wigan, because after that Wigan game's been played, I can finally make football videos again. So I'm going to be making a match assessment of the Wigan game, say what I thought about the players, how well they performed, the general performance of the game as well, and how things went, the atmosphere and whatnot. First game of the season against Wigan of all teams, it's going to be booming, hopefully, because we've sold a lot of tickets, and I hope they can sell them too. So yeah, thanks for listening in. Hopefully we can get some more Preston fans on this channel ready for the season as well. If you know anybody who's a Preston fan that might enjoy Preston North End content, please get the channel shared, because there's going to be a lot more Preston North End content to come, believe me. I plan to absolutely cover the shit out of this club, because like I said, Preston North End is my favourite club on this planet. It's one of the best things that's ever come into my life, to be honest with you. I used to very vaguely follow it when I was younger, but now, growing up as an adult now, Preston North End is truly a special club, and I'm very happy to have the ability to experience these things with the club. So yeah, thanks all once again for watching. Been a pleasure, and I'll see you on Saturday hopefully, and if not, it'll be out on the Sunday. So I'll see you when the season starts. Hope to see you at Wigan.